Okay, this is Steve Jankowski, and this is just going to be a short video about what we do to optimize a website. And it's basically going to be covering a website for a local business. Now, before we get into the off-page optimization, that's the stuff that we do that's not on your website, I need to do a real quick reminder of what on-page optimization is. Most local businesses actually have two websites. The first website is their main website, that's their home on the web, and the second one is Google Places, which was recently changed to Google Local Plus. So on-page optimization is basically the keywords on the pages of your site, the links between pages of your site, the different tags that we put inside the text on your site, basically telling the search engines what is important, what the page is about. Tags in your images, related keywords, keyword density. There's a specific density that we're searching for. We want to have keywords both in bold and italics. We want to have anchor text links on your site, and we want to have links out to other sites so that it doesn't look like everything is all selfish on your site. We want it to look really natural. For Google Places, it's a little bit different. We want to have a totally completed profile, and very few businesses complete their profile properly. There are some tricks to complete the profile. Completing the profile includes 10 images and 5 videos. So we need to make sure we have the videos for sure on the site, and that means that you're going to need to have a YouTube channel, which will of course be linking to your website. So now we're going to talk about off-page. Off-page only works really well when the on-page optimization has been done properly. So that's why we talked about on-page first. Off-page optimization consists mainly of creating links to your web properties, and these links are basically votes from the internet about your site. And some links to your website are more valuable than others because of the page rank of the site that it comes from. So you can almost think of links to your website sort of sending electricity to your website, power to your website, and some links send more power to your website and are more effective than others. Google is increasingly valuing links from social properties like YouTube, social bookmarking sites, Facebook, Twitter, and other social platforms. So we want to get some of those social links. Unfortunately, social links are by definition current news, and so that's why we need, one of the reasons why we need to constantly have social links coming to your website, because the older they get, the less effective they are. We also want links from blogs, article directories, press releases are also valuable. Links need to appear natural and should be developed over time, so we can't just go and create 1,000 links and then stop because we're done. Link building needs to be an ongoing process because that's how links are built. Most of your customers, if you have a local business, are not likely to go home and create links for you. So basically we need to create the links, and we need to be creative so that it looks as natural as possible. What I'm going to show you right now is not all of the stuff we do, but it's one of the tools that we use in building links to a website, and I'm basically going to give you an example of one of these tools. Okay, let me blow this up a little bit. Alright, so this is one of the tools that we use, and I'm going to move this around a little bit so you can see it a little better. Okay, I think you should be able to see it fine now. This is basically a campaign that I'm putting together for a lawyer, and you can see down here in the very bottom that we have Law 3. Okay, that means I have 3 profiles set up for this law practice. Now, each profile is kind of like a person out there, and each of these profiles has all these accounts set up. So you can see right here we have article directories, and we've got all these accounts set up. The X's in there means that we didn't set up an account there for some reason, but it's no big worry because we have so many accounts set up that we really don't need to worry about if one of those accounts doesn't work. So there are a whole bunch of accounts here, and remember there's 3 of these profiles. So we've done this 3 times for this law firm, And that's just the article directories. We have all these other things that we set them up for. So we've got bookmarking services, we've got blogs, we've got RSS feeds. And so basically what we do is we go and set up all these accounts, and then we submit content to these accounts. And every time we submit content to these accounts, that creates a link to your website, or it optimizes one of the other links that we put out there. And I'm going to show you what that means in a second. Once we have all these profiles all set up, what we do is we set up a campaign. And so this is going to be a campaign for this lawyer, and I'm going to go in, and basically this is what the campaign would look like. So here you have the money site, and basically what we do is the money site would be your main website, and it would be your Google Places page. Those are the two sites that we want to optimize so that you get more traffic and more customers. And so what we'll do is we'll do social bookmarking for your money site. So right over here we have a social bookmarking platform, and basically what we do is we would submit a social bookmark, and you can see this is basically spun content. Alright, so this is a title, and if we pull this up here, you'll see that there are many different titles. What we have here, this here that I'm highlighting, this is the first phrase in the title. And so you can see the first phrase could be choosing, selecting, deciding upon, finding, searching for. The second phrase would be an attorney, a lawyer, legal counsel. Okay, so you can see how that works. We have different variables, and what the software will do is it will go and alternate and change. And you can see, if you know anything about math, there are so many variables in here that there are literally hundreds of possibilities of what the title could be, and each possibility would be different. So when we submit to all of these social bookmarking sites over here, every time it's going to be submitted, it's going to be a little bit different so that it looks natural to the search engines. And that's just for the social bookmarks that we're doing for content on your main website. The other thing we do is we might write an article. Okay, and the article is the same thing. You can see how the titles are all going to be unique because we have many variables in there. We have a summary that's very unique. And then here's the body of the article. Let me click on that for you. You can see that all of these words here, this is probably a 400 or 500 word article, but everything that you see in blue are basically synonyms or alternate phrases that the software will use. So every time we publish a different article to a different article directory, it's going to look slightly different and it's going to be unique. And every time this article is published, there are going to be links to your websites. Okay? So here's all the directories that they get published to, and we have to choose all the categories and everything. It's kind of a little bit tedious. And so these articles are going to have links in them to your website and to your Google Places page. Now, these article directories that we put them on, some of them have different page ranks, okay, which means they have more authority to Google. But we also want to optimize these articles. So what we'll do is we'll do a social bookmarking campaign for each of these articles that gets published. So this article might get published 100 times, and each time it gets published, there will be a whole bunch of bookmarks done for each of those article publications, which will in effect pass more energy to your main money site. The other thing we'll do is we'll submit your article directory, your articles, to RSS feeds, and all that does is get them more exposure on the internet. And we'll do the same thing with blogs, and we'll bookmark any blog posts. WordPress blogs, we can publish to them, and we can bookmark those as well. We might want to do an RSS feed for these blog posts, and maybe we want to do it for both of them. So we can put one down here and just kind of go like this. Alright, and so we can do an RSS feed for each of these blog posts. We might want to publish a video, and have that video link directly to your main website. Okay, and if we do a video, I'm sure we want to do some social bookmarking for the video, so we can bookmark that. And so you kind of get the idea that this is very involved, and this is just one of the tactics that we use. Let me center this a little bit more so that you can see it. I can't find my cursor. So there you can see the whole diagram there. This is just one of the tactics that we use, and we can take one concept and literally create hundreds of links to your website, and we keep doing this, month after month. And then there are some other tactics and techniques that we use that will also create many links. So I know this might be a little bit overwhelming, but at least it gives you an idea of some of the things that we do to optimize a local website. Take care.